Hey guys, it's Chloe, and today I am here with a brand new video. Today I am here with my Bookcon haul, and I have a lot of books to show you, but this is not only just Bookcon. These are a couple of books that I got before Bookcon, a couple of books that I got just in New York City, and then all the books that I got at Bookcon. So, let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to talk about the 4 books that I got before Bookcon, just in the past couple of months. And the first 2 are both Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I do have an ARC of this book, and I read it back in January, and I loved it. But I ended up getting the Barnes & Noble signed exclusive edition, as well as the Target edition. And I actually got the Target edition signed at Bookcon when I did the Booksplosion meet and greet. So now all 3 of my editions are signed. I love this book so much. I don't think there's a book I've ever supported more than this, just because I fell in love with this book and I love the cover, and it was such a good read. The next book I got was Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett. This was her release that came out in April, and I love everything Jen Bennett does. I have already read this book and talked about it in a wrap-up, so I'll link that down below. I'm so excited for everything Jen Bennett does, and she has a new book coming out later this year that I'm also going to pick up, but it's not a contemporary, so I'm excited to see what she does with that. Next, I have Nexus by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. This is the final book in the Zenith duology, or the Androma saga. This was the book of the month for Once Upon a Read-Along for May, and I will link our live show down in the description below if you want to check that out. I have also already finished this, and I will also link my wrap-up down below. Well, it's already going to be linked down below for my thoughts on this book. Now we're going to discuss the books that I got in New York, but not specifically at Bookcon. There are 5 of them. We visited 3 bookstores the day before Bookcon. Both Amazon bookstores we went to. We went to Barnes & Noble Union Square, and we also went to the Strand, and I purchased books from both Amazon bookstores as well as the Strand. So first I have Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins. This, I actually read this back when it was a new release, and it was still called Royals, but it got paperback and a whole new cover and a whole new title, and the second book recently came out. I do want to pick that up soon, but I'm not going to purchase that second book until it's in paperback. I loved this book so much. It's really what started my love of the royals in contemporary, or just in YA books in general. And I highly recommend this book. Then I got Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli, finally out in paperback. So now I have all of Becky's books in paperback. I have already read this. I read it last year and I loved it. And I just love Becky Albertalli's work. Next I have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I cannot recommend this book enough. I fell in love with it. It is an adult rom-com. I highly recommend it. It is so good. It does have a trope that people might not like in it, but it's so good. Just read this book. I highly recommend, and it's becoming a movie. I don't necessarily agree with the casting choices, but I still loved this book and highly recommend. I'm so excited to have a physical copy. Next, I got The Anatomical Shape of a Heart by Jen Bennett. This is a book I actually already had, and I had it in paperback, but I found a hardcover at the Strand, and I got it so it can match all of my other hardcovers, and I'm just going to be unhauling my paperback copy. And all of those books that I did purchase at those bookstores I have already read. I just did not own a copy, and I wanted a copy, or was waiting to pick up a copy. So all of those I'd already read. And finally, this last book I did not purchase. I got it from a book swap at the Booktuber pin party that was hosted by Kate from Chapter Kate. I will link her channel in the description below, but she hosted this awesome meetup, and we all got these like Booktuber pins that she's been raving about for the past couple of months. I have one. It's actually on my lanyard still from Bookcon, and I'm going to be wearing it to the rest of the events that I go to this year, which will be Booknet Fest and Y'all Fest, and I'm so excited. This book, I really did not have my eye on it, but it was the only one I kind of wanted that was at the swap, and it is Dear Evan Hansen by Val Emmich. And I didn't know what came first. It was the book or the musical, but I guess it was the musical first. And I have no idea about any of it, but this has been hyped. And I did read the synopsis at the time of picking it up, and I don't remember now. But hopefully I will enjoy this. I know Teresa from Just Bookish Things started this book. I don't know if she actually finished it or not, but I heard that she was enjoying it at the time. So maybe I will like this book. And finally, probably what you've all been waiting for are the books that I got at Bookcon. This is going to include finished copies as well as ARCs. but I only have 2 finished copies, so we're going to do those first, and we're going to save the arcs for last, because you save the best for last. Tell Me Everything by Sarah Enni. This, what I got at her signing that I wasn't anticipating going through. I ended up getting it while an arc drop was happening. And I have no idea what this book is about. I've never even heard of this book until I got it at the arc drop. And it's a finished copy. It's been out for a few months now. But I'm excited to find out what it's about. And then I also have There's Something About Sweetie by Sanya Menon. I got this at her signing. I specifically had a ticket for her signing, and this was the one book by her that I didn't have, so I got it so it could be signed. I am currently reading it right now, and by the time this video goes up, I've probably finished it. And so far, I'm loving it. I did read a bulk of it on the plane ride home the other day, so I'm really excited to finish it and have another book by Sanya Menon done and loved. And at the Sanya Menon signing, we also got Of Curses and Kisses sampler. This is the first in her new YA retelling series that is contemporary, and I'm so excited. This is the first, I want to say, I think it's the first 4 chapters, and this comes out next year. I don't normally keep samplers, but this is signed, and I'm probably going to read the sampler and then might put it on Arcs for Trade or something. I haven't decided yet. But I'm really pumped for this series for when it comes out. Alright, the first arc I got. These are going to be in order of release date. Truly Madly Royally by Debbie Rigaud. This book I actually found out about a couple months ago and put it on my TBR because I love the royalty and contemporary books. And this I did not know was being dropped at Bookcon until like the day before Bookcon. So I was able to get an arc of this. I was pretty close up in the line, which was really nice, and she was very sweet. This is also the same arc drop that I got Tell Me Everything at. This next book, there was a mob for, and I survived the mob, and that is American Royals by Catherine McGee. I didn't think there was going to be a mob for this book, but honestly, it came from the Penguin booth, and I heard the Penguin booth was a mess the whole weekend. But I did survive the mob for it. I got a ticket. And at this arc drop, they gave out coffee as well, which I thought was very interesting for an arc drop. But it caffeinated me, and I enjoyed that. This is another book that I found out a couple of months ago, and then found out it was going to be at Bookcon, and managed to get the arc drop. I'm so excited to read this. It comes out on September 3rd. This next one was highly, highly anticipated, and I only got it by sheer luck. Like, sheer luck. And it is Frankly in Love by David Yoon. David Yoon is Nicola Yoon's husband, and he's coming out with his first YA contemporary. Sheer luck is how I got this, and basically, I did not get it in the arc drop. What happened was they were giving out copies randomly throughout the 2 days, and you had to find the person who had them. They would post a picture of them on Twitter. So they were doing one of the last drops, I believe, and I saw the picture, and I happened to be right next to where they were, and I did not run all weekend except for this. This I ran, and I didn't even fully know that they were doing arc drops of this until Bookcon happened. But I ran for this, and they had 5 copies, and I was the 3rd person. So, and I saw other people running too. So I got this by just luck. It comes out in September. I'm so excited. If David Yoon's writing is anything like Nicola's, I know I'm going to love this book. Next is another arc that I was not anticipating getting, and I have multiple people to thank for this. And the arc is Dear Sweet Pea by Julie Murphy. This comes out in October. October 1st, I believe. This is her first middle grade. The people I have to thank for this are Alana for going to the Epic Reads booth and getting in the line, which I didn't know she was getting in the line until she texted me. She was 4th in line. Then, and her channel's linked down below. Then I have to thank my friend Kathleen from For the Love of Books, who's also going to be linked down below, for getting in the line for Alana, for me, because I had to go to Sasha Alsberg's signing. So while I was in that signing line, Kathleen was in the line for this, and I ran up just as the line was moving, and I switched spots with her. Thank you so much. And I believe Amber from Amber Innoface was in that line as well, with Alana and Kathleen when they traded. So thank you for being there and for keeping me company a lot during the weekend. I'm so excited for this. I didn't even know this was being dropped at Bookcon, so it wasn't even on my radar until Sunday, but I have it. I enjoy Julie Murphy's work. I actually got to meet Julie Murphy over the weekend as well, and I'm excited to read it. It comes out on October 1st, I believe, October 1st. And finally, the last book and the last arc that I got, this was actually the first arc I got the whole weekend, and the only one that was on my radar like a week prior to BookCon, and it is Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nagan, the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire. I read that book in January and I ended up really loving it, so I'm really excited to find out how this book ends. She was signing them too, so a lot of these arcs are signed, not all of them, but a lot of them, and I'm so excited to read this. This comes out in November, and I really just want to know how the duology ends, and I'm so excited. So guys, that is it for my really long BookCon haul, my BookCon, my New York, my ARC haul, all the hauls. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Down below I'm also going to link my BookCon vlog that got posted a few days ago. That's going to be linked down below if you want to check that out if you haven't already. That is all I have for this video today. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out everyone who I mentioned linked down below. Go subscribe to them. They are all awesome people. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check out my vlog channel Lessons, it's linked in the description below. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post those. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! In the darkness,